Hello, my friends. Good morning. How are you? Welcome to another edition of Behind the Mic with me, Mike Avery, here in the Outdoor Magazine radio studio. Of course, here to record this week's Outdoor Magazine radio show. I will tell you who's coming up on this week's show here in just a few minutes. Looks like we've got some weather coming into most of the state, much of the state, for this long Thanksgiving weekend. Here in mid-Michigan, my part of the world, maybe, inch or two of snow, but up north, Johnny Bowler, the bear whisperer who drives a plow truck for the county up there, says he's going to be absolutely swamped. They told him don't even, plan on working every day. So Johnny's planning on working every day. Hello, Cliff. Good morning, buddy. How are you? Tommy, always a pleasure. How are things in the blind this morning, Tommy? Remind me, Tommy, have you had any luck yet? Didn't you shoot a buck? I feel like you shot a buck earlier in the season, or maybe I'm confusing your hunt with somebody else. I still haven't seen an animal that I want to shoot yet, meaning I have not seen an adult doe or, a decent-sized buck. It's been an interesting season for me so far. The grandkids are doing well. That's really all that matters. My son James shot a nice buck in Illinois. I just want to get some venison for the freezer, but I'm not giving up. In fact, I'm enjoying the struggle. Bernie's not struggling much. Bernie's having a heck of a season. Bernie and his family on their beautiful piece of heaven there. Tim Bids, good morning. Tim Bins, good morning, buddy. How are you? Captain Jim Robleski, always a pleasure, buddy. How are you? Dave Langan checking in from the YouTube side of things. You did take a doe. Okay. That's what I was thinking. I thought you took something, Tommy, so congrats on that. So you've got venison in the freezer, right? That's what I need. I need some venison for the freezer because we are out of venison. And since I didn't shoot a bear last year, we were like, okay. My wife Denise is like, go out there and kill a doe. Well, I'm trying. I just haven't seen anything yet. Good morning, Randy. How are you? Randy, I'm talking on this week's show with a guy named Bob Hines of Central Coast Angling about giant jumbo perch on Grand Traverse Bay. I think you'll enjoy this conversation. Bernie says $4 and a doe so far on his property. That's wonderful, Bernie. I'm happy for you. Very happy for you, Bernie. We've taken $2 and a doe off our lease. My granddaughter Addison took a doe. My granddaughter Addison took a buck. My grandson Trent took a doe and a buck. Uncle Johnny, good morning, buddy. How are you? Look forward to seeing you and Aunt Debbie tomorrow. Oh, I talked to Scott Keatsman. He said you stopped by the shop. Excellent. Tommy says snow is flying. Hoping things pick up. Filling the freezer, making some jerky. 2 weeks off of rifle season, enjoying the heck out of it. And why not? All right, speaking of, and I have permission to do this. Speaking of my grandson, Trent. Trent and his fiancée, Lexi, have made me a great grandpa. Sailor Gray. Now, I thought the baby was going to be named Michelle. Okay. So I'm a little miffed about that. But if they're not going to name her Michelle, Sailor Gray is an absolutely beautiful name. She was born Sailor Gray Allen. She was born 3:08, not yesterday morning. So congrats, Trent, Lexi, Sailor. The beginnings of a beautiful family, and we couldn't be happier for you guys. And all praise to God for a beautiful, healthy new soul. And mom's doing good too. Cliff said he took a doe last Friday, fill in the freezer. Angie, good morning. Is Gus sitting there next to you? Give him an elbow in the ribs. Tell him the big guy says hi. Brad, good morning. How are you? No, it doesn't sound like, there's Johnny right there. It doesn't sound like Johnny's going to have much of a Thanksgiving, although Johnny says he's sitting there right now waiting for the snow. So maybe, Johnny, maybe you'll get to have Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow before the snow comes. Tommy says, awesome name there. Congrats. It's a beautiful name. I thought Baby Michelle was a better name, but we'll take Sailor Gray. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate that very much. So I would like to think I have always been a great grandpa, but now I am officially a great grandpa. Hey, Randy, how you doing, buddy? Not this in his rifle season. I'm with you there, Randy. Brian, good morning. How are you? Brian, I do not recognize your name. Nice to have you along with us. Hey, Craig, I don't know if you heard me say this, but Trent and Lexi had their baby. Sailor Gray, Saylor, Sailor, middle name Gray. Sailor Gray. What a beautiful name. TJ, good morning, buddy. How are you? Getting our county plow trucks loaded with salt. I guess it's coming, isn't it? I guess it's coming. Yesterday, I was driving back from Saginaw to Midland, and there were deer up on their feet moving everywhere. They knew what was coming. Thanks, Angie. I appreciate that. I mean, I was going to say it's hard to believe Trent's old enough to be a dad, but he is. I mean, he's a young dad, but he's 23 years old. So congrats, Trent. Congrats, Lexi. Thank you, Lord, for giving us a new member of the family. Johnny says, I think the snow will come in. I'll eat when I can. Hopefully the wind blows it through fast enough, only get around 4 to 6 inches. Oh, Brian, I sit in church on Wednesdays in front of you with all the little kids. Brian, I know exactly who you are. Thank you. Forgive me for not putting two and two together, but thank you for that. And I see the Wednesday night services, the WOW services are done till the end of the year or till the beginning of the new year. But next time you sit in front of me with all those little kiddos, let's make sure we share a good handshake and a smile, and then I'll be able to process it and I'll remember who you are, Brian. But thank you for that. I do appreciate it, and thanks for bringing your kids to Trinity. That's wonderful. Ed, good morning. How are you? John, good morning. No deer here in Wolverine. Hopefully everyone had better luck. John, I have not seen, I have not had a shot at a deer yet, either during bow season or gun season. I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen I haven't seen an adult doe. I haven't seen mature buck. Karen, a fellow Trinity member. Congratulations, great grandpa. Thank you, Karen. I appreciate that. It's pretty cool. Good morning, Kevin. How you doing, buddy? Jay, good morning to you. Pretty pathetic deer season on state land outside West Branch. My cousin Deb said, I heard that Sailor is just perfect and beautiful. She is. You must be talking to my mother. She is. She's perfect. She's perfect. Perfect. Sailor's a cool name, not as good as Baby Michelle, but congrats, Trent. Congrats, Alexi. You guys are going to be great parents. Tim, 13 does out eating last night before the weather changed. I believe it. Randy, I haven't heard anything from the charter captain. Doug, okay. I have his number. Randy, Tony has my cell number. Our mutual friend Tony has my cell number. Feel free to get that from Tony. Text me so I have your number, and I will forward that on to Doug. It was Doug Ward, right? You won the trip with Doug Ward. Going back to the question, John, you say where? I'm lost. Where, what? Help me out. I got sidetracked here. Good morning, Dave. How are you? Hey, John. John Callison. I got to talk about this kid for a minute. And he is a kid because he's a young man, okay? I met John when he was the president of the CMU Bass Fishing Club. And he reached out to me and said, would you help sponsor the club? And I thought, well, I've never thought of anything like this before, but the guy reached out to me. Yes, I will. So I've stayed in touch with John. I met John and his dad, Ken, 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago now, when we went down to Hunt, Ohio with Bill Piles of Ohio Bow Hunting Outfitters. Think the world of this family. John is now working at Jay's, but he's working in the marketing department at Jay's. I think he is a tremendous addition to that marketing department. John is the guy now that I deal with. This is interesting. I went from working with John Callison when he was at CMU Bass Fishing Club, and now he's the guy who provides the radio spots, the Jay's spots for the radio show. Interesting how things work out, isn't it, John? Jay, I've seen 3 deer hunted daylight till dark first 6 days. Yeah, Mickey says no deer for him either. 13 does. Oh, that was Tim Binns is in Gladwin County. Shelby Avery, Esquire. Good morning, Woo. How are you? We've had a first last September, Shelby, my daughter, and her husband Aditya bless us with Bodie. And Bodie is just, I mean, he's perfect, and he has such attitude, and he's so smart, and he's walking now, and he's talking now, and he's his own little man. And it's just wonderful. Again, I go back to the word blessing. And now Trent and Lexi have this beautiful baby girl. It's like, God is good. Michael, good morning, buddy. How are you? Hey, Jim. Thanks for sending me the picture of your son. I obviously have not posted it yet. Nice buck. Are you going to avoid the snow down there where you are in Tennessee? Because it looks like we're going to get pounded up here. Jason, good morning. How are you? Hello, Bill. Nice to have you along with us. You have a wonderful day as well. Chris checking in from Flat Rock, North Carolina. Good morning, Chris. Mad Jack over on YouTube. John Callison, I greatly appreciate it, Mike. Super happy to be at Jay's and work with such great people for a great family. The Poet family, of course. John, if you're on Wednesday Night Live tonight, we're going to need an official timer because we're back into ham for the holidays. Thank you, Craig. I appreciate that. Craig Plowman, by the way, Craig, Trent and Lexi had their baby. Because it was Craig's wife, Michelle, who made the beautiful blanket and clothes for the new baby. So thank you, Michelle. And thank you, Craig. So Craig and Doug and I all know each other. So Craig reached out to Doug. So you'll be hearing, Randy, you'll be hearing from us. Jerry, good morning, buddy. How are you? Lance Valentine, Captain Lance Valentine, Sir Lancelot. Good morning, sir. Happy Thanksgiving. Thankful for our friendship, as am I, Sir Lancelot. John, talking to guys, their worst rifle season ever. It seems the closer you get to neighborhoods and yard deer, the better hunting. But around state land, it's very lean up here. Yeah. Bernie, grandchildren are proof that being rich isn't about having money. I don't think any truer words were ever spoken, Bernie. Being a grandpa is like, okay, you get to try to make up for the mistakes you made as being a dad. And then when you get to be a great grandpa, as I now am, no responsibilities there. You can just be a great grandpa. You don't have to worry about anything. Nobody expects anything from you. You're just great grandpa. All right, John, sounds good. Jeff, good morning, buddy. How are you? Are you going to stay up there, Jeff, then right on through the snow? It sounds like, I don't remember where you are in the UP, but you guys are going to get pounded, I think. No, it wasn't just you, Tim. Something happened last Wednesday night during Wednesday Night Live. We're right in the middle of the feed, and Nick Grillo of Michigan Brand was on with me. The Facebook feed just dumped. It froze up. The YouTube feed kept going. The X feed kept going. The LinkedIn feed kept going, but the Facebook feed just died. So it wasn't just you, Tim. Hopefully avoid that tonight, but I don't know what happened. John says, amen to that. Good morning, Gary. How are you? Happy Thanksgiving to you as well, buddy. And I should do this. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving, of course. I want to wish you, your family's friends, a blessed Thanksgiving. I hope you have a chance to get together with your family, with your friends, eat some turkey, eat some Michigan brand ham. I'm stopping to pick up our ham on the way home from the studio today. Maybe watch a little football. What about those Lions? My daughter Shelby was at the Lions game last Sunday. I was sitting in a deer blind. I didn't get to watch it. I was only watching the scores on my phone, but how cool is that? Good morning. How are you? You're good. Barb, get in here.
I knew you didn't recognize
I can only see half your face.
It's the white
I can
hair.
only see half of your face. How are you?
Oh, it's so good to see you, hon. It's so good to see
It's
you.
nice to see you
How's
as
your
well.
beautiful wife?
Wonderful.
Tell
wonderful.
her I said hello.
I will. I'm
Yeah.
now a great grandpa as of last night.
A great grandpa. You see,
Great-grandpa.
you and I are in the same
Oh,
thing.
my
I am
gosh.
too. I'm not a great grandpa. I'm a great grandma because
say,
Terry's
wait a minute.
three
Yeah.
older boys
I know
too.
the gender
Wonderful.
We're
confusion.
both very young great grandparents.
man.
Yeah.
That's
So
wonderful.
good to see
It's
you.
nice
You're
to
in the
see
middle
you.
of recording.
Well, I'm actually live right now.
No way.
I am.
Oh my goodness.
Are you here for Art
Wow.
Show?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing something with the Bay Corral.
Are you going to be here?
How long will it take? An hour?
I'll come in and see you.
Okay, cool.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Great.
Nice
So
to
good
see you.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, that's fine.
Carry on.
Oh, that was so nice. That is wonderful.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So those of you who are in this area, you remember the name Barb Handley Miller. Well, I worked with her at TV5. She was a reporter for a long time. Then she became news director. She just poked her head in the door here right now. Oh, how nice is that? Gary, good morning. How are you? That just made my morning right there. Rumble, a great platform. I wonder if I can stream to Rumble from StreamYard. All right, Johnny, you be safe up there, buddy. Hey, Jay, good morning, buddy. How are you? Thank you. Seeing some good ones. Excellent. Jim. Nearly broke his TV watching the Lions game. We leave Saturday to hunt Ohio, then go to West Texas for Aoudad and Cougar, then back to the UP for Christmas, then back south for winter. Jeff, if I was to retire and it would look like your retirement, it might make me think about retiring. Nah. Renee, good morning. Okay, Charlie's walking in here, so let me tell you who's on the show this week real quick. And actually, Charlie is going to join me on the show this week as part of the Ask Avery segment. We had a question last week from a listener who said, I hear you talk about Charlie, I hear you talk about Jonathan. Well, I just happened to bring Jonathan on the show last week, and people loved it. They said, now we can't wait to hear from Charlie. So, Charlie, today, I did your show, so you got to do mine, okay? Tit for tat here. Okay, coming up on this week's Outdoor Magazine radio show, first Bob Hines of Central Coast Angling talks about targeting jumbo perch on Grand Traverse Bay this time of year. Then Tom Campbell from Woods and Water News. In our second hour, Randy Booty. Randy used to be with Savage Dog Outdoors. He's not anymore. But this guy is just a hardcore hunter. He's a predator hunter. He's a bear hunter. He's a deer hunter. I just want to check in with him and see how. I think I already swapped him. Oh, that's right. You're going to have to be in there too. Yeah. I am going to want you to talk. And then John Dirtka, the Michigan spearfishing guy. Boy, he scored a major win in Lansing. We'll talk about that. And then the Ask Avery segment is actually going to be an Ask Avery, Ask Charlie Rude segment. And in our third hour, as long as I'm just kind of skating in this pre-Thanksgiving show, Tom Lounsbury, because I say skating because Tom is always an excellent conversation, but he's an easy conversation because all I have to do is throw out one question, then I lean back, I put my feet up on the desk, and I listen. And then we'll wrap it all up with wild game chef extraordinaire Dixie Dave Miner. Let me talk about a couple of things on my list here.
2 minutes.
Weather's coming in. I guess I didn't realize the extent of the weather. From here north, there's going to be a fair amount of snow. Deer hunting continues for me. I'm not real worried about it. I mean, you've got the you got the muzzleloader season where I can use my 350 Legend, and then you've got the extended doe season. I do want to see your deer pictures again, please. I think people are getting better about tucking that tongue in the animal's mouth. But please do that. I can use my editing tools to get rid of it, but I just as soon not have to go through that step. Rapid River Knives. There is no guarantee if you order right now you will have one by Christmas. I made a big order the other day. Don't tell my family. I ordered several knives. It's a secret. Shh, don't tell anybody. And they promised me I could have them by Christmas. We're getting real close now. The ham for the holidays. We've teamed up with the Grillo family of Michigan brand meats. Nick Grillo was on with me last week. Nick will be on tonight just to pick the winner of the ham for holidays. So you have to do that. You have to tune into my Wednesday night live, which is tonight at 7 o'clock on my live streams. Black Friday sale. This is interesting. My friends at Trinity Monitor, who I work with on the oh, yeah, you can use a rifle during muzzleloader season. Down here, where I am, yeah, absolutely. There really is no more muzzleloader season anymore. Actually, I mean, if you're using a straight walled, let's see, do you have to, help me out here, my friends, do you have to use a straight walled cartridge during muzzleloader season, or can you use any rifle that you use during the rifle season now during muzzleloader season? Charlie Brian Sabrinsky, Charlie Root, a fabulous human being. Loved him as my son's baseball coach.
Oh, man. You hit me in the heart. You got 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, blast off. Yeah, John, follow up on that. John Kramer. I can use my Brenton 350 Legend during. Jim says any rifle north of the shotgun zone. Any rifle north of the shotgun zone. Any rifle. 30-06, 30-30, 7mm mag. Any rifle north of the shotgun zone. Yeah, there is no more muzzleloader season. Muzzleloader season is gone. So I got a lot of chances yet to shoot deer. You just got to see them. All right, my friends, have a good day. See you tonight. Well, thank you, Ken Hunter, for that introduction, and welcome. Welcome to another edition of the Outdoor Magazine radio show right here on the Outdoor Magazine radio network on more than 30 radio stations across our great state of Michigan. Well, as you're listening to the broadcast version of this show, the radio show, we made it through Thanksgiving. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Hope you had a chance to get together with your family and friends. If you're watching the live stream right now, I wish you a wonderful Thanksgiving, again, with your family and friends. We've got some weather coming in. I'm always reluctant to talk about weather as we record the show, because we record a couple of days, we do some time shifting here. But it looks like, and there's so much weather slash, Charlie, what's the word that starts with S? Is it S now? Is it S now? S now. It looks like there's a lot of S now coming in for up north. So I know my buddy Johnny Bowler, the Bear Whisperer, who's also a plow driver, says he plans on working much of the weekend. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. Deer season continues. The saga continues. For me, I still haven't shot anything yet. I'm honestly, I'm not frustrated. I'm having a hard time figuring out, and this time of year it gets tougher and tougher, right? Because the deer are pretty much nocturnal, and I'm referring about our lease property because that's the only place I have hunted this fall. That's the only frame of reference that I have. And we are blessed that we got some property we are able to lease from Gene and Pam, two wonderful people, 160 acres, about a half hour from the house, so it's not a long drive. And it's really, really beautiful. But there's really, there's not a lot of reason for the deer to stay on that property. We're trying to give them reasons. We put in food. I say we, my son James. We did what the DNR had asked us to do, and we put in food plots. And those are somewhat effective. I don't see the deer crashing into these food plots and staying there during daylight hours and mowing like you see on the TV hunting shows. We have not experienced that yet. And quite possibly it's because we're doing something wrong. I said last week I want to get Rich Grazan of Killer Food Plots involved in our process next year. Maybe we can do something different. Maybe we can do something better to encourage those deer to stay on the property. Short of baiting, I have no philosophical problem with baiting at all. I think we should be allowed to bait whitetails in the Lower Peninsula. I don't pretend to be a biologist or a CWD expert, but I think we should be allowed to bait. If the DNR wants us to take more deer, then give us all the tools to do that. And they have given us tools in some ways. You look at the extended seasons. The first 4 days of December, where I live, I think this might be true statewide, we go back to bow season, and then muzzleloader season opens up. Well, muzzleloader season isn't really a muzzleloader season anymore, is it? It's just an extension of the rifle season. And then you've got the late doe season. So I put my crossbow down at about November 12th. Maybe it was the 11th. And I don't think I will pick it back up for the rest of the season. I'll have my Brenton 350 Legend in my hands. So the DNR wants us to take more deer. We have fewer hunters, but they want us to take more deer. So the hunters we have left in the field have to be more productive. Now, if I was a really, really good deer hunter, like, say, just as an example, Kevin Vistison, who I had on the show last week from the Deer Hunter podcast, that guy goes out and he works it hard, and he hunts public land, and he hunts state land. I mean, this is what the guy does. He lives for deer hunting, and he's very good at it. But I don't think Kevin represents the majority of Michigan deer hunters today. He is something special. He is something above and beyond the ordinary. I think I am more representative of the average Michigan deer hunter in that we like it or love it in some cases. We want to harvest deer. We want to share the experience with others and be a part of the tradition. And we really want to put venison in the freezer. We've been out of venison now for several weeks, and my wife Denise says, you've got to go out and shoot a doe, because she knows I'm not targeting bucks. I'm going to shoot a doe, trying to shoot a doe. Well, then give us the tools to do that. The average Michigan deer hunter. Now, I think the average Michigan deer hunter in the Lower Peninsula is using bait. Well, you can't. It's illegal. Well, I know it's illegal, and that's why I will not hunt over bait, because I cannot take the chance of hunting over bait. Again, I have no problem with it. If baiting for deer is illegal, why has every gas station and party store in the Lower Peninsula for the last month had bags of sugar beets, carrots, and corn out front? That's not all going to the Upper Peninsula. Again, I'm no biologist, and they say it's because of the spread of CWD. Well, I'm far more concerned about EHD than I am CWD. And again, I don't pretend to be a biologist, but you look at the impact that EHD has on a local deer herd when it comes in, and it wipes out the herd and it takes years for it to bounce back. CWD, I'm sure, is a threat. But what is the threat? How big is the threat? Is it worth alienating the hunters that you have left by not giving them the tools they're asking for to maybe somehow impact the spread of CWD, when maybe if we had baiting and hunters could take more deer, well, if you've got a smaller deer herd, then aren't you lessening the threat of spreading CWD? Again, I'm not an expert, but I do ask these questions because I'm curious. So I will be out there during the extended season, trying my best to shoot a doe. Maybe I can find one that just gets really hungry. Maybe she'll wander into one of our food plots and there'll be enough left there. Maybe if we get this snow, maybe that will encourage the deer to use what is left of our food plots during the daylight hours, because we've got trail cameras out there, and believe me, they're in there at night. But so listen, if you are still out there as well, I wish you success. Now, what is success to you? Is it a big buck? Is it a small buck? Is it a doe? Or is it just enjoying time outdoors? Whatever success is to you, that's what I hope for you. If your success does involve harvesting an animal, send it to me. I have been very, very busy posting successful hunters' pictures on my Facebook page, and I want to post yours as well. Send them to me in an email, mike@mikeaveryoutdoors.com. That's mike@mikeaveryoutdoors.com. Oftentimes, I get people who send them to me in Facebook messages. Please don't do that. Because if you send them to me as a Facebook message, I will respond and say, please. I will say, nice, congrats. Please send me an email to mike@mikeaveryoutdoors.com so I can share. Please send me an email to mike@mikeaveryoutdoors.com so I can share. One more request, as long as I'm being greedy and needy, why don't you take 3 seconds and tuck the deer's tongue back in his mouth? Just a thought, just thinking out loud here. I can't tell you the number of pictures I get that are beautiful pictures, but there is a bright, vibrant red tongue hanging out the side of the animal's mouth. And I immediately think of the old cartoons I saw when I was a kid, when you've got a dead animal with a tongue sticking out of its mouth and stars hanging around the animal's head. It looks like a cartoon to me, but it makes us look foolish. I can erase it, and I will. I'm not saying I'm not going to post your picture if you send me an animal with a tongue hanging out. I can fix it, and I will. But wouldn't you rather do it in the field in the first place? Rapid River Knives. I think I got my order in just in time to be guaranteed my knives for Christmas. You're right on the edge of it right now. It doesn't hurt. RapidRiverKnifeWorks.com. Use the promo code MikeAvery15. Our Ham for the Holidays program is up and running. Thank you, Nick Grillo. Thank you, Grillo family of Michigan Brand Meats. Every Wednesday night at 7, join me for Wednesday Night Live. Trinity Monitor, we're having a Black Friday. Never mind. Too late. I'm getting my time frame. You missed a really good Black Friday sale. Oh, and congrats. I'm now a great grandpa. I mean, I've always been a great grandpa, but now I'm officially a great grandpa. My grandson, Trent, you've seen pictures of Trent on the Facebook page. His fiancée, Lexi. God has blessed us with a new member of the family, a beautiful baby girl, Sailor Gray. Now, I liked baby Michelle, but if it's not baby Michelle, Sailor Gray is a beautiful name. Congrats, guys. You have a beautiful family. You're going to be great parents. Coming up on this week's Outdoor Magazine show after the break, Bob Hines of Central Coast Angling joins me to talk about targeting jumbo perch on Grand Traverse Bay, then Tom Campbell of Woods and Water News. In our second hour, Randy Booty, longtime hunter, talks about his deer season, his bear season, and the upcoming predator season. John Dirtka from Purely Michigan Sport Fishing, he's the Michigan Spearfishing Guy, joins me. This week's Ask Avery segment features Charlie Rude. Charlie. And in our third hour, Tom Lounsbury talks about all things outdoors from his beautiful piece of heaven out there in the thumb, and we wrap it all up with wild game chef extraordinaire Dixie Dave Miner. My name is Mike Avery. This show is called Outdoor Magazine. My website, MikeAveryOutdoors.com. My email address, Mike@MikeAveryOutdoors.com. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate your time. All right, my friends. Anyway, going back to the Black Friday Trinity thing, I wasn't at the meeting, so I don't know the specifics, but I will post it tomorrow or Thursday. You can click on that link and you can save some money on your tickets for the Trinity Monitor Wild Game Dinner. How cool is that? All right, my friends, have a great day. I got to go to work. We'll see you tonight, 7 o'clock, for another edition of Wednesday Night Live.